Hey everyone, welcome back to Skill School. I'm ScytherGreen from Server 73, and today we're taking a look at Heavenly Thunder, a passive damage skill that likes to strike when your normal attacks land. At first glance, it feels like one of those flashy skills that could swing a fight with sudden bursts of damage, but once you watch it in real battles, it behaves in a much more controlled way. When it triggers, it strikes your target with a bolt of lightning and splashes two nearby enemies, adding steady magical damage without needing timing or setup. It looks simple, but could that steady drip of free damage be influencing the rhythm of a battle more than it seems? Here's what Heavenly Thunder is really doing. Heavenly Thunder is a passive damage skill that activates through normal attacks. Every time your Immortal lands a normal hit, there's a 30% chance for a lightning strike to trigger. When it does, the strike deals magical damage to the target of that normal attack and then arcs to two random nearby enemies. At level 1, each strike deals damage equal to 45% of your Immortal's magic attack. As you level the skill, the damage rate increases, reaching 150% at level 8. The chance to trigger doesn't change as you upgrade it, only the damage gets stronger. Because Heavenly Thunder is tied strictly to normal attacks, Immortals with fast attack speed or effects that increase the number of normal hits will naturally get the most value out of it. It also doesn't require energy or timing, so once you equip it, it simply checks each normal attack and fires whenever the 30% chance succeeds. Now that you know how Heavenly Thunder actually works, let's take a look at what it costs to build it. Heavenly Thunder unlocks at level 28 in the Tower of Knowledge, and just like all the other elite skills, picking it up costs 8,000 soul crystals. After that first purchase, every upgrade becomes more expensive than the last, so the price ramps up quickly as you push it toward level 8. You can see the full upgrade costs on screen, but the total to take Heavenly Thunder all the way from level 1 to level 8 is 122,720 soul crystals. If you're working with a limited budget, it's worth stopping at each level and deciding whether the damage increase you're getting is worth the crystals you're spending, because the jumps get noticeably steeper the higher you go. Now that we've covered the cost, let's look at the Immortals who can actually make Heavenly Thunder worth a slot. This skill only shines when the Immortal can produce a steady stream of normal attacks, because every swing is another chance to fire off that lightning strike. The more hits you generate, the more value you get. Alexander is one of the strongest fits. Eternal Conquest gives him increased normal attack damage at all times, and when the active effect triggers, he gains a burst of attack speed and more overall damage for 6 seconds. Faster attacks mean more chances for Heavenly Thunder to hit the field. If you're running his exclusive artifact, all of those buffs become permanent. He attacks faster for the entire fight, which pushes the skill's proc rate as high as it can realistically go. Since Heavenly Thunder deals magical damage, it also gives Alexander a type of damage he normally doesn't produce, which helps him cut through targets with high physical defense. Hannibal is another Immortal who lines up well with Heavenly Thunder. His ultimate, Howling Blast, increases his damage and adds cleave to every normal attack. The cleave hit doesn't trigger Heavenly Thunder, but the main hit still does, and Hannibal swings often enough that the extra magical damage adds up. With his exclusive artifact active from the start, Hannibal can begin landing basic attack hits straight away, which helps fuel Heavenly Thunder. Both Alexander and Hannibal provide exactly what Heavenly Thunder needs: frequent, reliable normal attacks and a battle rhythm that stays active throughout the fight. They won't rely on the skill to carry them, but if you want a damage-focused passive that fits cleanly into their attack patterns, Heavenly Thunder is one of the more suitable options. Moving on from the Immortal choices, the next step is seeing which skills actually help Heavenly Thunder perform. Since this skill triggers off normal attacks, the logic ends up looking a lot like Absorb. More attacks mean more chances to activate it, and stronger attacks mean more damage when it does fire. Berserker is an option since it increases your attack speed and physical damage, so both your normal attacks will gain an edge, as well as increased chances to proc Heavenly Thunder. Wind Rage works for the same reason it helped Absorb. Extra normal attacks give Heavenly Thunder more chances to trigger. The two skills don't interact directly, but the extra swings mean you'll see more lightning procs over the course of a fight. It's one of the best ways to increase the overall volume of Heavenly Thunder activations. Fighting Master takes a different angle. Instead of raising your damage, it protects your ability to continue attacking. The control immunity lets you keep swinging rather than getting locked down, and the small damage reduction helps you stay alive long enough to keep the procs coming. It doesn't boost the damage of Heavenly Thunder, so it won't change the size of the hits, but it keeps the flow of normal attacks steady, which is what the skill relies on. All three pairings follow the same pattern as Absorb. If a skill helps you hit more often or hit harder, Heavenly Thunder benefits. If a skill stops you from attacking or leaves you idle, the proc rate drops and the value falls off just as quickly. To check whether Heavenly Thunder is working, all you need to do is open your battle report and look at the damage breakdown. The skill shows up clearly as long as you're checking the right page. Here's a simple example using Alexander with no skills equipped except Heavenly Thunder. This keeps the report clean, so you can see exactly what the skill is doing. Start on the damage tab. You'll see two sources listed, his normal attacks and Heavenly Thunder. Normal attacks show how many times he swung, how often those hits crit, and how much total damage they dealt. In this report, Alexander made 16 normal attacks, and every one of those hits had the chance to trigger a lightning strike. Now look at the Heavenly Thunder line. It appears as its own entry and shows how many times the lightning strike activated, how much damage it dealt, and the percentage of his total output it contributed. In this example, the lightning strike triggered 8 times. The split between critical and non-critical hits also matches what you'd expect from the Immortal stats and the skill's 30% chance. Because Heavenly Thunder scales directly from your Immortal's normal attacks, this kind of report makes it easy to confirm the numbers. If you see the skill listed with its activation count and total damage, then you know it's functioning exactly as described. Now that we've seen how Heavenly Thunder behaves in battle, we can place it on the skill school tier list, and it sits firmly in D tier. The skill does exactly what the description says. It triggers off normal attacks, it deals group magical damage, and it shows up cleanly in your battle report so you always know when it activates. The issue isn't whether the skill works. The issue is that today's meta has moved far past what Heavenly Thunder can offer. Right now, teams lean hard into heavy burst, strong control tools, reliable damage reduction, and consistent, large-scale value from every slot. With only 3 skill slots to shape a carry or a frontline, players favor skills that either push fights forward fast or keep their key units alive through real pressure. Heavenly Thunder doesn't do either. The damage happens in small bursts, it isn't boosted by many common setups, and it doesn't do enough to influence a fight's pace or outcome once you reach higher levels of play. So while it's functional and easy to understand, Heavenly Thunder simply doesn't have a role in the builds that define the current environment. That limited impact is exactly why it lands in D tier. So that's Heavenly Thunder. It works exactly the way the description says, and in the right lineup it can sprinkle in some extra magical pressure during a fight. But with only 3 skill slots to work with in a meta that values burst, control, and strong defensive layering, there just isn't enough room for a passive that fires in small pockets of image. It's consistent, but consistency alone isn't enough to compete with the tools players rely on today. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you ever found a build where Heavenly Thunder actually felt worth the slot? Do you see any future patches or Immortal changes that might give damage procs like this a comeback? Or is it one of those skills you use early on and then quietly retire once your account grows? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and let me know which skill you want to see next on Skill School. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Norheim.